So today I have some SHEGLAM products to talk to you about. Some of these were sent and some I purchased myself. I did also a short showing the difference between contouring and bronzing your face. SHEGLAM was super sweet to send me quite a few of their products as far as the contouring and bronzers go. It was a little excessive, as you can see here. They have a ton of different shades. I will link them down below and also have the price points and additional information in the down box. Also, if you're new to my channel and you like anything beauty, fashion, nails, I would love to have you subscribe. You can hit the little like button. I have social media down below, but let's go ahead and get into it. From the ones that they sent me, I was able to choose shades that fit me. For the bronzers, the shade Toffee, which I want to say is the lightest shade if I'm not mistaken, is the one that I picked for both the matte and the shimmer formula. And I will be putting swatches around here so you guys can see those, both the matte and the shimmer, and also natural sunlight so you guys can see the actual shimmer that's in the shimmer bronzer. Then for the contour, I picked the shade Hazelnut Latte. Their contour shades are very gray undertone, which is perfect for actually giving that chiseled kind of grayish undertone that you want from a contour. And I will go into what a bronzer does compared to a contouring shade, and also have videos here so you guys can see the application as well and see the difference. So first off, let's get into the bronzers. I really like the packaging. It's very beautiful. It's plastic, but it looks like glass. And it does have the shade on the bottom. It has a 6-month shelf life. It also has the shade on top, and then the one that's shimmer actually has like a shimmer lid, and the one that's matte has a matte lid. Another cool thing about these is that the applicator is like this little sponge tip, which is perfect because, as you'll see in my application video, you can literally use this to apply, and that's really useful, especially with contouring, because you can go in there and make like little lines exactly where you want to contour. And I do like use the bronzer one. You'll see me do like little dots. So I really like the applicator in this. The only thing that concerns me is like as the product, you know, goes down, I'm not sure how it's going to continue to work. It does have kind of like a little stopper in there, so it's almost like you're dipping into the product, but there's, I don't know, there's like a little, like kind of like a sifter in there where you press down against. So we'll see the longevity of these, but they are very, very affordable. I want to say they're around like $5.99. SHEGLAM always has available like coupons, codes, all kind of things, so you'd get these for even cheaper. And they have a ton of colors and ranges available, which I'll have all that information either across the screen or down below. So the matte and shimmer differ as far as the formulation goes, just because one's matte and one's shimmer. These bronzers are really good for warming up the face. Basically, a bronzer is for bronzing your face, almost to give you like that sun-kissed J-Lo kind of glow. I feel like every time you hear a bronzer, the makeup artist from J-Lo, I want to say his name is Scott Barnes, he's the one who came, you know, like was the first one to really bring out the like bronzy, glowy skin, and you get that from bronzers. And so this is absolutely beautiful. I will say that you need to get in there and blend. You kind of have like, you know, a few like 20 seconds or so, but if you do leave it on your skin, it's gonna stain and stay there. So you do want to get in, blend. Don't just like keep doing your makeup and leave it like, you know, the dots on there or the streak, because with my swatches I saw that if you don't wipe them away, you're gonna get a stain on the arm, and likewise with your face. So you want to go in there, either blend with a brush or a beauty sponge, and really go in there and blend. And these blend beautifully, as you can see to the side. As far as the contour goes, contouring is to chisel your face. It's to give dimension to your face. It slims your face. That's basically what a lot of people do with contouring. I feel like the queen of contouring became really popular with Kim Kardashian. a lot of people would think like they had surgery done, and Makeup by Mario, her makeup artist, was really into the contouring. That's when a lot of people were like, oh my god, contouring? Say what? And of course, people who are makeup artists already knew these tips and tricks. I feel like the makeup artists that I am talking about, like J-Lo's and Kim Kardashian's, they basically made it more mainstream. A lot of social media was going on, so people started learning these tips and tricks, like, oh wait, I can do that myself, I can, you know, incorporate that. So these are really grayish undertones, basically a contour shade. You want it to look like a shadow on your face, so that way you look more chiseled, more thin, like just really can also alter the look of your face. It can kind of help with, like, if you have a double chin, you can kind of give a shadow here and kind of make the illusion that it's slimmer. Also with your nose, a lot of people who have like wider noses will contour it just to make it look more chiseled, more defined. And so a lot of people use contouring for that purpose. Do you have to do these things every day? Of course not. I don't contour every single time. I do it like just specific times when I feel like it. Sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes when especially with photo shoots, I tend to do it a lot just because I feel like around the hairline around here on my cheeks, it just kind of like brings it in and kind of just really defines. Also here with underneath the chin line, I feel like it really just elongates my neck and like really cuts this chin, so that way you can like have like a really nice profile. Anyway, so that's the contouring one. Likewise, you want to get in there, blend it out. Very beautiful formulation. Really highly recommend these. Love them, and I'm so grateful for them for sending them to me. I don't want to be wasteful. At one point I thought about swatching all of these for you guys, but they do have swatches on their website, so I'm gonna put the swatches around here. First, the bronzer, the matte bronzer, and then the shimmer bronzer, and then the contour. And you can find these on their website, so it's not like you can't find swatches of them. I do feel like the swatches are pretty on par with what they look like. Sometimes there's the brands or just, you know, swatches that you'll see them online and it doesn't correlate. I feel like these really correlated really nicely, so it was very helpful to see the swatches. And from the first pick, I was able to pick which ones were really good for my skin tone. I will say that I picked the lightest skin tone, or like the lightest colors, and I have a light to medium skin tone. I'm not like super pale, as you can see here. Like, I feel like for the most part I have some colors, so I feel like this might be something that if you're a little bit paler, you want to use just the tiniest amount, because I feel like if you're lighter than I am to very pale skin tones, this might run a little bit deep for you, because I myself can use the like lightest shade, and as you can see on my cheeks, it shows up quite a bit, so I can't even imagine like on a very pale skin tone. So that's just something to watch out for. Another thing is that they did really extend the line. The ones that they send me are just like from light skin tones to light medium, and above that they do have around like 4 to 5 extra shades that are for really deep skin tones, which I really think is amazing. We need to really extend lines when it comes to bronzers, foundations, concealers, and make it more inclusive. So I thought that that was amazing that they did that. The next two products that I'm going to get into, I bought myself. They recently came in my haul that I did for, not for makeup, for fashion. I just kind of showed them in there, but I wanted to do a review. First up is the Sunburst Glow Mixer. This is basically a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. And at first I was like, no, you have so many primers, you have so many glowy products, don't buy it. But the curiosity got the best of me. I will say SHEGLAM killed it when it came to the shade range. I will put swatches around here from their website. but I will say that I felt that the swatches are a little bit off when it comes to this. For example, I got the shade number 2 light neutral, and I thought it was going to be slightly more neutral undertone. This one tends to lean a little bit more warm than I thought it was going to be. So I thought it was going to be a little bit more neutral, a little bit, you know, not as yellowy. So this really is pretty orangey compared to the swatch. Just like the Charlotte Tilbury, it has a wand applicator, and it is a very big wand, so it's really nice to apply for the face. I have used this under foundation, and I have mixed it with foundation, and I feel like they really did a really great job as far as duping it. My only tiff with it would be the fact that I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury's version is like a really beautiful neutral. I use shade number 4, and I feel like it goes really well with my skin tone, and this one's a little bit lighter, so I wouldn't be able to use this on its own or even with like sunblock. I just feel like it's a little bit too orangey for me. Another thing that I feel with this is that it runs like very, very extremely shimmery. So I feel like with this, with Charlotte Tilbury's, I feel like hers I could use on its own and then apply a little bit of powder, and it kind of just, I don't know, it kind of gave like a glow to the skin, but it didn't look way too shimmery. With the one for SHEGLAM, I feel like this gives a lot more glow and shimmer, almost like a highlighter. So I feel like I wouldn't be able to use this on its own because I would look crazy, but I do like it as a base for foundation, and I do like it mixed into a foundation and make it a little bit more glowy. So overall, I do recommend it. Is it a full-on dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury? I don't think that it is, but I do feel like it is an affordable option to give kind of like that glow from within. Put it underneath your foundation or mix it into your foundation. It is very beautiful, and they do have quite a few shades. The shades are slightly a little bit off, but I wouldn't mind like purchasing like another one, or maybe if I had to purchase 2 of them, because there's so many coupons and codes on SHEGLAM, it makes it very affordable to actually buy more than one shade compared to the Charlotte Tilbury, where I legit could only purchase maybe one. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on it. I recommend it. Isn't it a dupe? It's not a full-on dupe. Last is actually what is on my lips. I have to say I have like mixed reviews of this. This is the SHEGLAM Soft Haze Lip Blur in the shade Little Things. So I really like that kind of like Korean moussey kind of look to the lips. I love that from like K-dramas that I watch. I just love their like makeup, skincare, and fashion from over there. I have to say, overall, this looks beautiful on the lips, but it still accentuates texture. As I've gotten older, I feel like I've gotten way conscious about the texture of my lips, and like getting wrinkles on my lips is just something that's going to naturally occur, and I just feel like I've had to remove myself from wearing mattes or liquid mattes. The most that I can do is like Huda Beauty's Demi Matte formula that doesn't dry down. So this looks pretty, but it does dry down, and it dries down like, I don't know, like it does accentuate texture, so I would use a gloss on top of this. I feel like this is meant for someone who's a little bit more younger. It does give like that blurring, beautiful effect to it, but I do feel like I like the Kaja ones, the lip balm looking ones a lot better, just because they still retain moisture to the lips. So this sadly was not a win for me. I think that this would look beautiful on maybe somebody with very luscious lips, or I would use it on top of a lip balm. So it will take away like that mattifying kind of look to it. Which is basically like, it's funny because I want it to look like this blurry matte, but I don't want it to accentuate my texture. So I think I just have to accept that anything that dries down matte is just not going to be for me. I need to use lip balms or a lip gloss, and that's just part of getting older, specifically for my lips. But that is my overall review of these products. Let me know what your thoughts are. Would you like to see more affordable products here on my channel? I've really been into like getting back into drugstore and SHEGLAM, and you know, especially when they bring like different things like that. So I will be sharing those if you guys like this. Hopefully this was helpful if you're looking into these products and were wondering like how they apply, how the applicators are. Hopefully this was helpful. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, hit that little red button. I have social media down below if you guys want to check me out on TikTok or on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.